here from Jake's Opinion. Thanks for checking my video again. It's my AFL tips for round 14. It's a very big round. St Kilda are playing, so I'm very excited because they've had the bye. Got number 7 on the back. Makes me feel a bit closer to Lenny Hayes. That was a bit creepy. But anyway, big round. Tune in and I'll give you my tips and my view on the round ahead. And the first game of round 14 is a Friday night blockbuster, Carlton v Hawthorn. It's a big game for Carlton. They've lost 4 out of their past 5, where Hawthorn have actually won 4 out of their past 5 off the back of their amazing goal-kicking form of their forward Lance Franklin. I think it's going to continue. I think Franklin's going to get off the leash. I don't think they have a proper matchup for him, or Cyril or any of those sort of players. Sam Mitchell and the centres getting the job done. Roughheads chipping in back, forward, in the ruck, wherever they want to put him. Carlton, they haven't been in the best form lately and they're too busy tweeting when they should be focusing on their football. So I think Hawthorn's going to win. For the next game, it's Collingwood v Freo, also at the MCG Saturday afternoon. Collingwood $1.12, Fremantle $8.60, so if you want to put some money, might as well put on Freo. Though it's probably going to go to waste because I think Collingwood's going to win pretty damn easily. Freo have been in average form. They've won 1 of their past 4, but that was at the MCG against Richmond. But this is a whole different ball game against Collingwood. They've got an amazing spread of goal kickers. They've got young players standing up side bottom beams. Dane Swan and all those superstars getting into form as well. Dale Thomas. Cloak's still a bit iffy, but even then he's probably going to chip in with 2 or 3 goals. Had a great game last week when they beat West Coast in a really good close game. I think this is going to be a bit of a blowout. It might get ugly depending on which Freo turns up. We know which Collingwood's going to turn up, the team that's been winning the past 8 or 9 games. And they should win easily, especially because it's at the MCG. Adelaide v Richmond is the next Saturday afternoon game. It's at Amy Stadium, so I think Adelaide already have the advantage there. Though Richmond are coming off a bye, so they may feel rested and better prepared for this game than Adelaide. Adelaide lost last week to North, disappointing loss. They had their chance to go top of the ladder, but they lost and now they're sitting in 5th position. So that indicates how close the top 4 is. 1 loss and you've dropped out of the top 4 straight away. But in saying that, I think Adelaide will win. It's at home. They've got a good record there. It's not going to be a blowout. It's not going to be a big margin in it. But I think Adelaide will just win with it being at home. And the next game is West Coast v Gold Coast. Do I really need to give my tip? Really? Gold Coast. Only kidding. West Coast. Damn, I'm a comedian. That was a really creepy voice. Not going to do that again. Now on to the next game. Essendon v Bulldogs. Now I told you last week that Bulldogs need to find some goal kickers, need to find a spread, or need to find some targets. Now, they're not going to have targets this week, so they're going to have to rely on a spread of goal kickers, and that's the only way to beat Essendon. That's basically at their own game. Though with Essendon, even if they don't have the spread, they've also got Hurley down at full forward, kicking 5 goals like he did last week, helping them get over the line. So it's going to be very tough for Bulldogs to do it. If they can somehow keep Hurley and those targets quiet and kick a few good goals down the other end with Gian Siracusa, Dalhouse getting in the middle, and Boyd, you know, the captain, standing up, then maybe they could give them a scare, but just judging on form at the moment, I think Essendon will win and win comfortably. And for the next Saturday night game, it's Sydney v GWS, 2nd versus 17th. I'm going to tip Sydney, obviously, to win very comfortably. GWS were really disappointing last week. Sydney had a good win against Geelong. Though the only thing to stand out for me with this game is that Sydney seem to be big underdogs to win. Look at that, $30, 2nd on the ladder, and they're $30 to win. GWS $4.60, a massive mistake on this app. So whoever made this app, fix it up. Because some people are going to start betting on Sydney at $30 thinking they're going to win money, because there are people out there like that, and then they're going to get told, no, we made a mistake, they're actually $4.60. They're actually, even then, $4.60, that doesn't even make sense. Why would they be $4.60 to win? They'd be $1 to win. So this is mind-blowing right here. Fix it up, whoever made this app. Sportsmate. And that was Jake's vicious side. Don't get on it. But back to the footy. First Sunday game, Geelong v Port. It's at Simmons Stadium. I'm still used to saying Skilled Stadium. Sounds so much better. 7th versus 15th, $1 to $11. Assuming the odds are correct, which I'm sure they are. Geelong at Skilled should win pretty easily. Port don't travel well. Don't travel there too well. Although they probably still have good memories of that 2007 win up there. even though a few weeks later they got belted by 118 points or whatever it was in the grand final. Geelong should win. They were pretty disappointing last week, up until the last quarter, so if they can build on that last quarter performance, they should win this game. Brisbane v Melbourne is the next game on Sunday at 3:15 at the Gabba. Both teams going in with some reasonable form, both with big wins last week. Brisbane smashing the Bulldogs when I tipped the Bulldogs, and Melbourne smashing GWS when I picked GWS. So I got both tips wrong last week when these teams were involved. Brisbane were more impressive to me. Melbourne are a bit hard to get a read on because they played GWS, no disrespect. Well, maybe there is some disrespect there. Saying, did they actually improve, or was it just because the opposition was so poor? Whereas when you've got Brisbane, Bulldogs have had some good wins this year, and Brisbane got smashed the week before that to Hawthorn, so to rebound like that and to win by 10 goals, and so convincingly, is a good thing for Brisbane, but for Melbourne, you don't really know. You'll have to wait and see until Sunday to see if they can stand up against reasonable opposition, because Brisbane haven't been too bad, especially at the Gabba, where they've beaten West Coast. They've beaten a good team there. It will be a good game, I think, surprisingly. Maybe a few weeks ago it would have been an average game, but it looks like a decent game this week. And I think Brisbane will win. And the last game of the round is the twilight game, St Kilda versus North Melbourne. It's a big game. I think St Kilda might just win. They've had a really good record against North Melbourne in recent years. Average winning margin of 57 points, so they like to play them. Nick Rewalt likes to play them. He's kicked 6s and 7s the last few times they've played. North Melbourne always try to get themselves up for this game because they haven't beaten St Kilda in a while, and they always seem to fall short. Last week they had a really good performance. They're going to have to play that same intensity to compete in this game. St Kilda had the bye, so they're going to be refreshed. They're getting a few players back in Reece Stanley and Ahmed Saad. Nick Rewalt had a knee injury against Adelaide. He's had the week off, so he should be ready to go. And at Etihad, where St Kilda played really well, I think they might just get the job done. But I wouldn't be surprised if North challenged. Well, that's it for my AFL tips for round 14. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jake's Opinion 1. Like my Facebook page. Follow me on Twitter. And, check out my blog, jakesopinion.me. But hopefully, again, you enjoyed the clip. Thanks very much.